respected our resource person, most respected Professor and Head, Member Syndicate, VC Officiating Committee, Professor T.R. Gurumurthy Sir, faculty members from Department of Commerce, and dear participants, very good afternoon. On behalf of the Department of Commerce and my own behalf, I welcome all to the 2 weeks capacity program. At this juncture, I would like to introduce our resource person, Dr. A. Narayana Murthy, Professor and Head and Dean Research, Alagappa University. Sir also served as a syndicate, member of syndicate, member planning board, member finance committee, member senate, dean faculty of arts, member standing committee, Alagappa University, and chairman board of studies, Department of Economics and Rural Development, Alagappa University. His area of research is agricultural economics, benefit cost analysis of agricultural projects, economics of irrigation, water including micro irrigation, economics of GM crops, evaluation studies in agricultural and rural economics, policy issues in agriculture, profitability in agriculture, rural independence and watershed development. Sir has guided more than 25 PhD and MPhil research scholars. Sir has published various national and international indexed journals. Sir has completed many research projects for more than 1 crore. With his brief introduction, I invite Professor Narayana Murthy Sir to deliver his lecture on writing and publishing paper in top class journal. Sir, please.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You are able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, good afternoon to everyone. Before I speak, I would like to thank Dr. Gurumurthy, the course coordinator, and also Dr. Vinayagamurthy, the co-course coordinator, and Dr. Menaga for introducing me nicely just now. Today I will be speaking about writing and publishing papers in top class journals. Yesterday I spoke about the writing proposals. In fact, I touched upon the publications yesterday. In fact, if you are able to write a proposal well, you will be able to write a paper also well. Because proposal, I told you yesterday, the first part of your paper is a proposal. If proposal is good, then your paper will be good. This is what I assume. Normally, when I review papers, I see this. When introduction is good, the other part will also be good. If introduction is not good, the other part will not be good. That is what you can see. I told you to check any papers, Economic and Political Weekly, Indian Journal of Agriculture Economics, and other things. Okay. Anyway, many of you may have published papers already. I'm sure because I know that PhD students are there and there are faculty members attending this workshop. But still, I want to stress, what happened over the years, particularly after 2000, we started more and more papers, particularly from social sciences, are coming from, paid journals, predatory journals. This was not the case before 2000. When we were doing PhD in 90s, I can tell you, nobody was thinking about paid journals. Nobody knew the word meaning of plagiarism. Nobody talked about, copied somebody's work and all. But all this happened post 2000. In fact, I do not know why this has happened after 2000. It's a massive, not only in Tamil Nadu, entire the world. In fact, there are reports that China scholars are publishing more number of papers in predatory journals. But publishing paper in a predatory journals will no way help you. Research is what? We do research to understand the things better. We do research to know things better. We do research to find out something new. We do research something to add to the literature which is available already. We are adding knowledge to the research. And therefore, predatory journals, paid journals, and all will not help you, me, and or anybody. And publishing predatory journal will no way. It will not give you a job. It will not give you anything at all. No way. You can say that you have published this many papers, because when you go to big institutions, good institutions, the world is very competitive today. They will ask you how many papers you have published in a peer-reviewed journals. Peer-reviewed journals are mostly top-class journals. They are not predatory. They are not paid. Right? So I will be talking about the, how to, publish papers in top-class journals, peer-reviewed journals, quality journals, journals wherein you can get a good citation also. Because ultimately today, gone are those days where people only ask about number of papers. Today people ask, what is your H index? Unless you publish in good journals, your citation will not come. Your H index will not be there. Right? Now, you know that. Nowadays, in our university, our last Vice Chancellor, in every meeting, used to ask, what is your H index? What is your item index? And all these things. And therefore, publishing papers, it's very, very important in today's world. This was not the case when we were doing PhD. Of course, we did PhD. We published papers on our own. We didn't have any pressure from anyone. In fact, I had, I think, 4 papers before I submitted a PhD in '93. I got a job immediately. I submitted my thesis today. Next day, I went and joined at MIDS, Madras Institute of Development Studies, because I had a paper. I'm not very great speaker or like others. I was able to speak a bit of cuddy English, but I had good papers. I took a lot of effort for publishing paper, not aiming for job, but I know that when I add something, I will learn something. That is what the thinking I had that time. I had this thinking because I learned from my surroundings. I learned from my guide. My guide used to be Narayana Murthy. I wrote a paper in a journal called Southern Economist. My professor called me and told me, Narayana Murthy, you don't cheat yourself. If you want to write a good paper, you publish in good journal, otherwise don't. Southern Economist used to be a good, very low-level journal, but we used to publish in those days. But my guide warned me, not Narayana Murthy, don't get into this kind of thing, because then you will be in a low-level equilibrium only always. We need to reach a high-level equilibrium, right? And therefore, we need to publish papers. And you all can do. When I can do, why can't you do? You are all brilliant. I told you yesterday. For that, some things are needed, right? But I'll tell you one thing before I speak about this. When you publish paper, you can reach any height. I tell you. I also challenged you yesterday that if somebody has a paper in Economic and Political Weekly and someone has a paper in Indian Journal of Agricultural Economics, please come to me. I will arrange for a good job for you. This is what I told you. Now also I'm telling this. It's an open invitation, right? Anytime you can write to me when you have these qualifications. Okay. So now normally start with this slide. Do you know the following people? Anyone? You are able to see this slide now? Somebody will have to say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyone knows anyone in this list? At least the last person you must know. Nobody knows anyone. They are all great scholars. Last person is Geeta Gopinath. She is Indian. She is the chief economist of International Monetary Fund. Becoming a chief economist of International Monetary Fund is not a simple one. Very big post it is. She is there. And she is there because of publications. You go and today you go and type this Geeta Gopinath. Okay, you see her publication, unbelievable. Any top law journals in economics, you see, she will have a paper and see the citation. Similarly, you can see Raghuram Rajan. You know Raghuram Rajan? Anyone knows? No idea?
No, sir.
Raghuram Rajan was our former Reserve Bank governor. He was a former economic advisor also.
Okay, sir.
He was a former economic advisor, Government of India. He was a former Governor, Reserve Bank of India. You can see there. If you have a note, you just check it. Any note, 100 rupees or 50 rupees, 20 rupees and all, you will see Raghuram Rajan, because we have changed the note now in between. Right. Raj Chetty, another person, is just 33 years old, Harvard professor. He got a John Bates Clark Medal, because John Bates Clark Medal, why I say no, those, it's like, it is called a American Nobel Prize. That John Bates Clark Medal, which is given for an economist, that is called American Nobel Prize, because almost 90% of the scholars, researchers who received this award also receive a Nobel Prize. You see, such a huge award. There are other scholars. Why I have given all this name now? They all are very, very popular. I think many of you may be knowing about some of this, some others are not speaking, but all these become very big scholar because of their publications. You just go and type today in Google, Raghuram Rajan, see his publications. Just type Raghuram Rajan publications. Just type Geeta Gopinath publications. All these people today, they have a huge demand, because Government of, Raghuram Rajan was invited by Government of India to be a chief economic advisor. Then after that, he was appointed as a Reserve Bank governor. Like you have Arvind Subramaniam. Arvind Subramaniam was invited here. They are all there in US. We call them as absentee landlords. We call them as absentee landlords. The meaning of absentee landlord means the people may be having land in rural areas, but they may not stay in that place. They may be staying in Delhi or maybe Bombay, but they will be controlling their lands from there. That is called absentee landlords. Okay. Arvind Subramaniam, Arvind Banagaria, Mondak Singh Aluwalia, all these people become very big in limelight today, and their works are cited today, and they are in huge demand today, all because of their publications. I'll tell you, if you have a good publications, many good publications, and if you publish continuously in good journals, peer-reviewed journals, top class journals, right? And automatically there will be a demand. You will be invited. That is what. And if you publish continuously in predatory journals, we will not have any demand. Nobody will invite us. Nobody will invite us. Nobody will invite you for even for a lecture to give a lecture. And therefore, my humble request to all the young scholars sitting here, PhD students, please publish papers in peer-reviewed journals so that you will be settled quickly. I'm saying this. After completing PhD, you need not run away, run around for a job. Job will come to you. They will call you. Mr. Jabakumar, please come and join with us. Mr. Iswaran, please come and join with us. Like that, they will invite you. Right? You need not apply. Projects will come to you. Anything, you need not apply. They will invite you. Right? So this is what the most important that this quality journals will do for you. Okay. This normally I tell you because I'm going to speak in Tamil for 2-3 minutes. You'll have to pardon me. I know many are not from Tamil Nadu. Am I correct? Many are not from Tamil Nadu. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but I love to tell this in Tamil. This only one slide I will be using in Tamil because I have put a title, what is needed to be a writer? What is needed to be a writer? Writer means you are a researcher. Publishing paper is a writer. Whether it is whether you write a story or anything, once you start writing papers, you are a writer. Absolutely, no doubt in that. So we had two great, one actor, one writer. They met. Kalaivanar N.S. Krishnan. I hope everyone knows about him. Have you heard about N.S. Krishnan? Sure, na? Similarly, there is a great writer called Kalki Krishnamurti. Have you heard? No idea. Ponniyin Selvan novel, have you heard?
Yes, sir, we know.
It was written by Kalki Krishnamurti. Kalaivanar is N.S. Krishnan, is a great actor of 60s, 50s, and a great human being. When you go and ask anything, even if he doesn't have anything in his pocket, he will sell his shirt and will give you the money. That kind of a person. It's a great actor. So one day, Kalki went and met Kalaivanar N.S. Krishnan. He asked him that I want to, Kalaivanar went and met him, Kalki. Kalki is a writer, right? Great writer. Kalaivanar requested Kalki that I want to be a writer, right? So what is needed for a writer, right? You are able to follow, I think. What is needed to be a writer? Then Kalki replied to Kalaivanar, you need 4 mice. 4 mice. It's in Tamil. 4 mice. The first mai is One Karumai. Karumai means ink. Second, Thiramai, which is a talent. Third one is Tanimai. This is, I told you yesterday, when you want to write something, you cannot have a group. You have to stay alone. Be alone. Tanimai. Porumai, that's very important. Patience. Then Kalaivanar, அவர் என்ன திருப்பி சொன்னார்னா ஆஹா அருமை. Look at this, the kind of conversation. This is what is needed. You need கருமை, திறமை, தனிமை, and பொறுமை. Porumai means if you try one attempt for making some estimates, sorry, if you don't get that value, don't close down. That is what Porumai. I know there was one director, Chitri, is a very famous monetary economist. He was a director of Global Institute of Political Economics. He used to run 100 regressions. Till he gets the results that he wants, he will not leave. He will stay there only in the office. Run 150, sometimes more than 100 regressions, and finally he will pick only one regression result, which is most suitable to his hypothesis. See the condition? That is what. What is lacking today is that patience. We try first attempt, second attempt, third, no, I can't do. Sorry. This is what is happening. But patience are very, very important for publishing papers. So these are the 3 qualities. Not, I said yesterday, you don't need great brain for writing proposal. Similar way I'm saying, you don't need great brain for writing a paper also in a great journal. What you need is, yesterday I told about curiosity and other things, but here today I'm saying that stay alone, be alone. I'm not saying that be alone means you move alone. No, you make jokes, you make anything. But when you decided to write a paper, stay, take your time, sit in a place continuously, 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours. Sometimes you may be able to write only one para of 50 words, one para containing 50 words. Sometime in 3 hours. Sometime in 3 hours, you may be able to write 2-3 pages. because this all depending upon your thinking. Sometimes the thinking will come well. In flow will be very good. Sometimes it will not come, sir. It happens to anybody. Ask anybody, any researcher who is publishing papers. And therefore, patience are very, very important for publishing. This is quality that you need. Now we will move to how to publish paper. Preparing a paper for top class journals. Right? How to prepare a paper? First, you cannot prepare a paper. Yesterday I told you that you cannot prepare a proposal. Similar way, I am saying that you cannot prepare a paper immediately. It will take time. But you should not leave the effort. Read literature to get understanding of subject matter. I told you, my own experience. I'm saying this, you can get it in some methodological book also. You read as much as possible. Because once you join for PhD this year, you are not going to write a paper immediately. If you start immediately, you cannot write at all. What we normally do, you understand the subject, you understand the methodology, well, you understand what is happening around you. And then you think more about what you are going to do, right? So for that, you have to read literature. I tell you, you read literature in the sense, read as many literature as possible. I told you, I love to show you this today. See, you are able to see this one?
Yes, sir.
What is there? What is written?
Economic and Political Weekly.
Yes. This is the journal gave a job for me. This is one of the top class journals that we have. It's a weekly journal. Understand? Top class journal. There is one more journal called Indian Journal of Agricultural Economics. That is also a great journal. In those days, that was a #1 journal, one of the best journals in the world. Top 10, one of the top 10 journals in the world when we were doing PhD, right? I love to tell this to you. I learned writing articles, I learned writing papers, I learned writing skill, I learned constructing para, constructing tables, constructing footnote, everything by reading these 2 journals. I owe a lot to these 2 journals till my death. You are able to follow my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, this is what, you don't need anything. Once you are able to read the literature of your own area, you will become master. Nobody can stop you. And then you will have to spend some time there. 6 months. First, when you join for PhD, read. 6 months, 1 year, you read, continuously read. Even after 1 year also, update. When you see a new paper, update. Go on updating. That's how you learn. What you learn from reading articles, in this kind of top-ranked journals, you will understand the structure. The problem that we have today, many are not able to put the papers in a structured form. Introduction, methodology, within the introduction, review of literature, then methodology, and then your analysis and conclusions. This is the structure normally, right? And that structure is missing. Many are presenting only tables. I love to, when I speak about tables, I remember very well, there is one great economist, is there. He is the father of poverty methodology, formulated for the government of India in the 70s. You may be knowing 2 authors. One is Professor Dandekar and another one is Neelakantha Rath, Professor Neelakantha Rath. Professor Neelakantha Rath and Professor Dandekar, they jointly created a methodology for estimating poverty for our India. That is the methodology is used even today, the base methodology. Okay. Because whenever I go to Pune, meet him, because earlier he was a director at the Gokhale Institute of Politics and Economics. In a meeting, when people were presenting paper, he made this jokingly, this comment, that most of the economists become a carpenter today. Most of the economists become a carpenter today. What do you mean this? What do you mean by this? Anyone? Jokingly he was telling this. What he was telling, our economists are able to create tables. Table means column, row and all, but they are not explaining what it contains. That is what is very, very important. When you read literature continuously, you will understand how to interpret data, how to draw inference, how to construct a table, how to put a footnote, how to start and how to end, where to put the footnote, how to comment on certain things. All these are important for publishing papers, because some two reviewers are going to read your paper. They may be a master in that subject, and you'll have to convince them by giving your analysis with justification. And writing is very important. Writing is very important. I'll tell you, if you are not writing well language, I'm saying, paper will be rejected. Particularly in economic, but we have that serious problem, because you know why? We don't read literature properly. Once you read literature, you learn. How come we dress very nicely today? How come? By seeing others we learn. When we were studying, we used to see Mohan. There was one great actor. People forgot him now. There was one great actor by name Mohan. We used to see his collar style. We used to see his, shirt and all. People used to stitch same way. Similar way, when you read papers continuously, you learn. It's simple. Ask many people. Guide may have helped. Definitely, guide part is very important. I'm telling you. I published a paper. I love to tell this because of my guide. My guide is a great scholar. My guide, I told you yesterday, my guide is a great scholar. He is an IIT topper, and then MS in economics, Wisconsin, PhD in economics, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is the number one, maybe within number 10 in the world in terms of university. He completed PhD in MS from US in those days. See, he used to tell me that you don't read the low-class journals. You know what we used to read in those days? There are journals called Journal of Development Studies. It is coming from UK. There is a JPS, Journal of Peace and Studies. That is also coming from UK. They are all great. They are not using any great mathematics and all, models and all. Similarly, we used to read Journal of Economic Perspective, world second ranked journal in economics, right? Because economics means management people also can publish there. In Economic and Political Weekly, anybody can write, including scientists can publish paper in Economic and Political Weekly. It takes all kind of papers. By reading those Journal of Development Studies, Journal of Present Studies, Journal of Economic Perspective, Economic and Political Weekly, Indian Journal of Agricultural Economics, we learned the art of writing. We learned the art of writing. Okay, so literature is very important. And another thing, choose a simple topic. I told you yesterday also. Be simple. Don't think big. Big is better, but small is beautiful. Always, you can manage well. Have a serious involvement. I told you yesterday also this. Really. Now, I'll tell you why I say this again and again. Particularly, I wanted to insist this point to the PhD students sitting there. You have come for PhD and you are going to invest your 3 to 5 years. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
3 to 5 years you are going to spend, I know, which is a huge investment, time. Your time of 3 years, just imagine 3 into put the minutes. How many minutes you are going to invest? So that 3-5 years, whatever you are adding now, that will speak till your life. So that 5 years, whatever possible you learn, that will only help. After that, we will only add bit masala this side, that side, and then make new dosa, new idli, like that. But how to make idli, how to make dosa, how to make vada and all. When you do PhD, you have to learn. If you don't learn, then till the end, you'll have a problem. So put effort. have involvement. Even if your aid is not helping, don't worry. You take, you are all great people, yeah. And your Google is there. Google Tata is there. We didn't have a Google Tata in 90s. All Google started 2004 to 2005, na? Right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
We didn't have a Google. We used to spend hours together in library to find one good paper. Those time librarian used to be very cuddy. And we used to please our librarians also in those days. Okay. So that's how we developed the involvement. I tell participate in conferences, workshops before writing papers. One is you are reading papers. Therefrom you can learn, right? Then you go attend good conferences, seminars. Don't go to hopeless seminars and conferences. We have a number of seminars and conferences. Terrible. You will learn anything except you how to eat vada and tea. You will learn nothing there. But when you attend good conferences, very systematically organized conferences, I can tell you, Indian Society of Agriculture Economics, go there. Indian Society of Labor Economics, you go there. Indian Agriculture Economic Research Review, you please go there. You will learn like anything. And the way that those days I'm telling, I met almost all leading economists of this country by attending conferences only. You will not believe, myself, Professor I.M. Pillai, and Dr. Venkata Ravi, we three have a photos with V.K. Arivu Rao. V.K. Arivu Rao is a giant of economist of our country. He started two very big institutions. Both are number one institution in India. One is Institute of Economic Growth. Another one is Institute for Social and Economic Change, Bangalore. We have a photo with him where we took, in Bombay in 1989. There used to be a fight between economists, between researchers. No, it cannot be 2.1. It should be 2. 2.1 and 2. What is the difference? That provides a lot of understanding for you. Why people are fighting, how people are presenting paper, and what kind of comments are coming. All this you learn will help you to write well. Don't migrate from one area. People migrate from one area to students will not migrate from one area to other area. I have seen many people. Some people work on economics of paddy. Next, in another paper, they work on health economics, and then they will work on trade. No way. You will be missed. Nobody will be able to identify you. You will have to create your own brand. You will have to create your own trademark. Own brand and own trademark is what? Specialization. Specialization means somebody will have to, if Narayana Murthy means, they will call me as a water Narayana. That's it. Because I have been working on water, I am publishing mostly in water, on farm economics. That is the idea, a brand you will have to create. That's very important because ultimately, tomorrow, like doctors, eye doctor, ENT doctor, cardiac, skin, like that we have now. Similarly, researchers are also like that only. Everyone, I can tell you, there used to be at Isaac 3 Parthasarathi. People used to call him labor Partha, trade Partha, and there is one more Partha. I don't remember that other Partha. So they call him by his work. Understand? So don't migrate from one area to another area. I'm saying that. See, how to prepare a paper? First read good papers, good journal papers. Okay. What to prepare? What to prepare is the second item that I wanted to speak. Focus on your own strength. After reading 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, so don't write a paper before 1 year. I'm saying, don't write a paper before, after registering your PhD, take 1 year minimum, understand things very well, learn everything, talk to people, feel, comfort. Yes, now I am, ready to write. And that self confidence you develop. Otherwise, don't write. You waste your time. Okay. That is your strength. Work on micro problems initially. Take small studies, micro level studies. Write it. And take burning issues. Which means, for instance, what is the burning issue today? The burning issue today is health, COVID, right? But there are areas which are burning always, which is water, environment, inflation, unemployment, poverty. These are all burning always, burning issue, which means always there is a crisis. There is some issues on this topic. And therefore, you will get, a bit of attraction when you do work on that, right? So take burning issues on, when you take burning issues, that will turn your life also, right? When to prepare a paper, what to prepare, how to prepare, what to prepare, when to prepare. In fact, for research, we stress 3 W's. You know 3 W's? What, when, why. What, when, why. Okay. Now I have explained what to prepare, when to prepare. Get a strong ground on literature first. If you are not good, don't first read it. Go back. Go back to the blackboard again. Read. Read. If you have any doubts, stop your writing. Go back and read. Develop a perspective on a subject matter. That's very important. Perspective means overall understanding. Right? Develop overall understanding. That's very, very important. Right? You have not started writing still. I'm telling that you are only preparing. You are only preparing to write an article. Okay. Wait for at least 1 year. I told you earlier. Wait for at least 1 year. Accumulate your knowledge. See, I'll tell you one good example. Many may have taken driving license. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
How many of you can drive well? Or how many of you, started driving the car immediately after taking the driving license? No. You would have taken another driver for 1 year or 2 years. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is exactly, that is what is because till you accumulate knowledge, driving license is only a kind of, what is that called, identity. That doesn't say that you are good in driving. No. If that is the case, nobody can get a driving license in India. Because understand what I'm trying to say. You just, it is a certificate. It's a just, that's it. So you accumulate till you get confidence on your driving skill. You will not take vehicle now, otherwise you will hit somebody. Same thing you follow for research also. Nobody will reject your paper because you are confident. Your writing is very convincing. And you have provided a very good justification because you understood, you studied the literature well. You know the nitty-gritties very well now. What kind of, even if reviewer asks the queries, you will be able to answer it, justify it. All right. So this is what the prerequisite I'm saying. Preparing a paper, these are the prerequisites that are needed for preparing a paper. Now, coming to presentation arrangements, you start like this, be clear about the content of the paper. So not what normally people do now, normally I do like this. I create a skeleton, in the sense, a introduction. This is what my focus, this is what my methodology, this is what I'm going to cover in my conclusion is this, and these are the article, and this is the data that I'm going to use. This is a skeleton. I will write in half page. That I'll keep it there in my desk. I will work on it. Introduction. I need very good 10 or 15 very good literature. I will work on it. Right? Okay. And then my data. Then I run my own estimates till I get my, till I get satisfied result. I will not stop my estimation. This is how. Be clear about the focus of the paper. People write first para something, second para something, third para something, fourth para will be somewhere. Delhi, Ahmedabad, Chennai, Kanyakumari, no linkage. Reviewer will give it to you back. You will not reply even. You know one thing? The reviewing system, all journals, they will not send the paper immediately to the reviewer. They have in-house reviewing also. First stage. The first stage is when you send a good paper, that the associate editor or editor will see whether this is eligible to send for review. First screening. In fact, there was a paper by Nadkarni, Professor Nadkarni, MB Nadkarni from Bangalore. In the 80s, there was a paper in the Indian Journal of Agricultural Economics. What he did, he collected papers from the data from the Indian Society of Agricultural Economics, Bombay, of different papers of different levels. Submission level, rejected first stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, and wrote a paper, how many papers were originally accepted finally. Not even 20%, not even 10%, I think not even 10%, if I remember correctly. Not if 100 people are submitting paper, only 10 papers are accepted. See the condition? Be clear about the focus of the paper. Objective should be simple and lucid. I told you yesterday also. Don't write para. Right? Methodology should be clear. I'll tell you, in a paper, your methodology speaks a lot, volumes. And methodology should be a very good one also. It should not be old one, because reviewer will see methodologically what is the contribution of this paper. See, one is analysis. Methodologically, have you used any model which is something new, which is not there? What is in the research? You have to tell something new now. Telling again, those is surrade. Why? What is there in it? What is there in it? But you tell those is in a different form. There is another one. Without standing in front of the kitchen, still we can make dosa. You tell that way. That is a new methodology. Right? Analysis should cover all the objectives. I told you. Many people leave objectives when they write a paper. They mention 3-4 objectives, but in the analysis, they miss it. They don't cover. If they don't cover, which means you missed it. Paper will be rejected. And major findings should figure in the conclusion. All this you see normally. If you look at, I'll tell you, I request you all the PhD students, go and see today some good journals. You will see the structure. Need not be, but I can tell you there is introduction, there will be objective, there will be methodology, there will be results and discussion, there will be conclusion and references. This is the style normally. Understand that style first. That is what I am saying, that many have a problem in forming the structure of the paper. It happens because of mainly because of not reading quality papers. Really. One, you may not have got enough support from your guide. Second, you may not have taken it seriously. Both way. You cannot blame guide alone. Today, in today's condition, you cannot blame guide. I will tell you. Guides are guide. I'll tell you, guides are guide only. They can only tell you that, so and so, you please go take a bus from Karakudi bus stand and then go to Madurai. They will only tell that. They cannot take you, put in a Karakudi bus stand in a bus and then drop you there in Madurai. No, he is not a guide. He can only advise you. Guide is a guide. Guide. Right? So you presentation should be like that. And then once you have written the paper, try to present it somewhere. If you get an opportunity. When you present it somewhere, you'll get a lot of feedbacks, a lot of comments. Comments are not bad, I'm telling you. I'll tell you, comments are very good. Comments are very constructive. Constructive comments are very good always. Constructive comments will help you to improve the quality of the paper. In many places, you read there in the footnote of the first page or the last page of the, depending upon the journal, model, structure, format, you will see acknowledgement where most authors write like this. I am really thankful to the anonymous reviewers for making very constructive comments on the paper, which indeed has helped me to improve the quality of the paper. Like that they write, which means what? They didn't criticize your paper. They say that it is a good paper, but improve this. One is summarily rejected. Once you receive a paper, that paper has something. Reviewer has read this. There is something. You modify and then submit. That is what. So, and therefore, I'm saying that before submitting a paper, present it in a seminar or conferences. Many people think that taking comments from junior people is bad. What is there in it? Most, you look at the Western world, students have received a Nobel Prize, but guide did not receive. But guide says that yes, my student got a Nobel Prize. I take to whenever I had a problem in estimating some models, I consult my students, Cochlear Institute students. They are in Bombay, Australia, New York, all these places, Delhi and all. I take, they are all 25 years or maybe 20 years older, younger than me. I take comments from them. They help me very nicely, sir. You use fertilizer and seed as an interaction variable. There is a possibility that it may turn out to be a good significant variable. What is there in it? I run, I get a result. I say thank you. What is there? What is wrong in taking help from junior? Juniors are also brilliant. This is the attitude we have. We have a lot of egos, ECOs. Alright? Nothing. Even if a small fellow says there is something which is really good, do not take it seriously, right? So present it in a seminar, conference, workshop, circulate among peer group. Peer group means you know through mail you can send it to different people. I used to do this even today. I used to, after writing good paper, I used to send it to 5 people now. They make comments, Narayana Murthy, I think you wasted your time. Sometimes some people write. Then I write, where did I waste my time? Then they say that no, this is where you have wasted time. Then they will suggest something. I will take their comments positively and rework and then submit. Who knows, the paper may go to him also. Because anonymous reviewer, we do not know. And finally, it may click, paper will come out. Joy, enjoy. Okay. So circulate among peer group, talk to the experts, incorporate their comments. Comments are very good. Must satisfy, you must satisfy with your own work. Please understand this. Don't rush for a paper. Yeah. What is that? Don't rush. If you are not satisfied with your own, don't submit. Sometimes you will get nasty comments. You completely satisfied with your own work. If not, don't submit. Nothing will, this world will not collapse. I can tell you. Learn. That will help you. Yes, this reviewer really helped me like that. You have to feel. Bad comments are good for your development. I have received a number of bad comments on my paper. I am getting even now. What is there? Telling this. Everyone gets bad comments. See, I am writing a paper. In my understanding, when it goes to a reviewer, he may look at it a different way, and therefore there is a conflict. Right? And comments will come. I am getting comments, 2 pages comments. In my last paper, I think I got 1.5 pages comment. I worked 1 month. I worked, reworked. Came out last week. In one of the best journals. What is there in? Because that is what I'm saying. Involvement, investment. Once we have come to swimming, we will have to swim. Otherwise, we will not go to swimming. This is our area. This is what we are going to do. This is research is my area. I am going to be here for another 30, 40 years. You are all going to be here now. You are all going to be a great researcher, I know. You are all going to be a great teacher, I know. Am I correct?
Sure, sir.
Apro? Yeah, take comments seriously. What is there? I'll tell you some of you. I cannot show you all the comments. If anybody comes to this side, you please come. I'll show you the comments that I received. Nasty, terrible, hopeless. But I laugh myself. Half an hour I make it dull. After that I laugh myself. Narayanamurthy, still you are writing badly. I think this way. Narayanamurthy, are you still writing like this? That only will boost you. What I'll do, immediately I'll go and see a paper related to this. I read that 1 or 2 days before revising it. Because normally reviewer will give ways also, that you please refer Modigliani life cycle hypothesis. If you go and see Modigliani life cycle hypothesis original work, you will get an answer there. Modify, submit. Okay, it will go to second round, third round, fourth round. In my last paper, I like to tell you, I am 57 years old man. 5th round of revision came. I never struggled like this, but I can't leave that because I had put a lot of time for preparing that paper on a tank irrigation. It went 5 rounds. Normally, a paper will go 3 rounds. This paper went to 5 rounds. I felt bad, but I didn't leave it. It came out. It is there. You just type. The Dying Oasis, the title of the paper. The Dying Oasis. What is there? Because I have come here. I cannot leave now. Okay, so take positive comments seriously. After publishing papers, see, understand, publishing paper is an art. You are all brilliant. I'm again saying, you are all brilliant. No way you are inferior to anybody in this world. You are all brilliant than me. I'm saying, you are all brilliant than me. You are all having very good understanding than me. You are all very good in reading things, understanding things than me. But art, publishing art is very good. That's an art. Not everybody can sing. Not everybody can art. People say, sir, I have English problem and therefore I am unable to write a paper. That's very unfortunate. If somebody says that I am not having very good English and therefore I am not able to write, no, that's not correct. I also have a problem. Even I have Swaraj. Today even I have a problem. What is that? I refer, immediately correct it. That is not our language. English is not language. Everybody is not completely perfect in English. Tell me one fellow, I am very great. I will find out a mistake. Although I don't know English. It is, you can learn. It is the simplest language of all. I can tell you. Tamil is the difficult language. I write an article in Tamil also, in Hindu Tamil, in Hittanamani Tamil. You know, I take a lot of effort because I don't know with differences. I have serious problem. I have ik problem. I have in double roll or triple roll in problem. What I do? I consult my great professor Rajaram. After writing my article, I give it to him. Sir, please read. You ask him. Last week also I gave an article. He reads. He will find out at least 10-15 mistakes. Ik, ir, in, ich. I take help. What is? Because I want to learn. So it's an art. You cannot swim in the sea, river immediately. Start, right? Understand. It will take time. Start with the magazine, start with the dailies, small journals initially, but don't continue with the small journals. It should be a supply curve from right to left to right, upward. Left to right, upward. It should be, the shape should be like upward movement, supply curve. Start writing in vernacular languages. You can write in Tamil also. There are Tamil dailies, very good. Dailies are like Hindu, Tinamani, you can write. You will understand whether you are able to write even there. Book reviews, you can write. There are columns in book reviews. In each journal, there is a book review column. I started with book review. I can show you that. Or in my CV, I mention all these things. I know when did I published my first paper. At the date I know. Right? Don't get rejected if paper is rejected. This is the art of publishing paper. Don't get rejected when paper is published. I cannot explain how to write a paper. I cannot explain. Nobody can write this. How to write a paper, how to write a para, how to write a first para, how to write a second para, how to write a third para. No way. These all you learn by reading. I am only giving the tips for publishing paper. Don't get dejected if paper is rejected or hard comments are not are received. No, I am getting. You ask any fellow if he's really all researchers, good researchers, they will openly admit, yes, I am getting bad comments. Bad comments are not bad. Bad comments are good only. You will understand where we are standing. It allows you to read more. It allows you to think more. It allows you to rework on methodology. It allows you to rework on your estimation. So you are learning. Good to know. One door is closed, but another will open. One paper reviewer, if one reviewer rejects, another reviewer will accept your paper. There is a possibility. It happened to me also. There are papers rejected by some journals, but the same paper was rejected, accepted by some other journals. How many journals? In India alone, we have maybe 200, 300 very quality journals we have. Many are publishing, unfortunately, in predatory paid journals. India alone, they are all Scopus indexed. Original Scopus, not Dangawala Scopus. No. They are all original Scopus, but we are not able to publish there even. Incorporate comments and send to other journals. I did. I am doing. It will happen. It will click. Even if the other fellow is rejected, you try for a third journal. It's not only one journal we have. There are many doors. Empty number of doors. If Indian doors are closed, foreign doors will open. I'll tell you on George Akerlof, he got a Nobel Prize in 2001. You can see there. His papers were rejected by Pranab Pradhan. Pranab Pradhan is our man only, Indian. Is there in California University. Visited Gokhale Institute when I was working there. Right? What a man. He wrote in EPW that I rejected some of his paper, Akerlof's paper, saying that, Pranab Pradhan didn't visit Gokhale Institute. No, I was, that is different. His name was different. Okay, sorry. Pranab Pradhan didn't visit Gokhale Institute when I was there. That man. Anyway, I'll tell you the name correctly. So his papers were rejected by Pranab Pradhan. He wrote in EPW, this, Akerlof got Nobel Prize. Pranab Pradhan didn't get Nobel Prize even today. Got na? Okay? Because Pranab Pradhan expectation may be different. Akerlof may have thought something different. That paper was published in Eastern Economic Review, Eastern European Economic Review or something. In fact, that only helped him to get the Nobel Prize. See there. So these are the top class 20 journals. I told you we have many good journals in India. They are also good. They are all genuine Scopus. And I can tell you this journal, I told you, journal Economic and Political Weekly. It's a high-ranked journal. But language is very important for publishing paper in this. Once you get paper in this, your value will increase. It's one of the top class journals. Just to visit this journal website today, www.epw.in. Economic and Political Week, epw.in. You just type, enter there, see there. You can see the guidelines and all. And they have a big article, small article, notes, comments, reviewers, things, everything is there. Okay, so you can see that. So once you publish paper, you will get prominence also. Why publications? Sir, I have published, but I am not getting any prominence because you are published in predatory journal. If you good paper, if you have a good paper, Andrew, you have any question? Okay, so you will get prominence if you publish paper in good journal, right? I told you initially also, publications are like infrastructure investment. What is infrastructure? Port, road, electricity, airport. All these are infrastructure. Communications, which means it's an investment. It will give you return for longer years. When you have a good paper, you will be recognized for longer year. That is what investment, infrastructure investment, power project, port, road. Once you construct a road, many lorries can go, car can go, you can go, I can go. Multiplier works there. Returns come. Okay, it's like that. Publication takes you to the place where you want to go. Publication gets you to the best employment that you want. Publication gives you recognition, cheerfulness, people recognition. Are you Mr. Srinivas? Very good. I referred your paper. Wonderful. In fact, I cited your paper. And that time I get to that satisfaction. Huh? Unbelievable, I'll tell you. Great. When somebody says, Narayan Murthy, I have seen your paper, I cited your paper. Or if you see your paper cited by someone in a top class journal, you will fly. If a Nobel laureate cites your paper, you will fly. If a great Professor Ramesh Chand, member of the Niti Aayog, cites your paper, you will fly. Yes, these are the recognition. It's like a big award. You can tell my papers are cited by Niti Aayog. My papers are cited by RB. It is cited. My paper is cited in RB work. Okay. Publication will give you national, international recognition. Publication helps you to become monetarily rich. You will become very rich. Projects will come to you. You need not apply. I can tell you my own example also. You'll get a good paper, when published good paper, because somebody is monitoring you. Today, monitoring a problem is not a big one. Okay, it is not a big thing. They will know who is what. Yeah, Narayan Murthy, what is he? You give any name, I'll tell you who is he. In half an hour, I'll tell his Jataka, Pura Jataka I'll give you. Right? So, publication, because publication helps you to get a coveted post, means any post. I told you, Reserve Bank Governor. It's a big post. Niti Aayog member. It's a Ramesh Chand. It's a Niti Aayog member of my friend. He's there. You can go and see there. Done a wonderful work in agriculture economics. Very simple, humble man. They called him. He's there for more than 7 years now. He's a Niti Aayog member. Whenever we go and meet him there, he receives people well. Great. He told me once, this job I got because of my work only, Narayan Murthy. He said, that is what work will give you. Publication helps enriching your knowledge. That is very important because you will get more knowledge, more understanding. Okay. So coming to identifying good journals, because this problem, people say that, no, sir, we are unable to identify good journals. No, we can identify good journals. Right? All Scopus, all Web of Science journals, all SCA means Science Citation, Social Science Citation Index. SS means Social Science Citation Index journals are good, will help increasing citations. Ultimately, citation is very important. When you write something, when you sing, for instance, I'll tell you, when you are singing a song, nobody is clapping means what? Will you get angry or will you be, what do you think? What do you feel? If you are
Something
singing,
lacking with this.
sorry?
Something lacking with this based on the expectation of audience.
Yes. So, which means you are singing means at least they should cheer. Oh, wonderful, great singer, yeah, you are like that. Or some noise should come there, positive noise. Ooh, like that. That is what. So, will help increasing citation. That is what. When you do publish paper in Scopus, WAS, SCAs, Social Science Citation Index journals, Citation automatically will come. Somebody will cite. They don't look at whether Nitya is doing or Kita is doing or Ishwaran is, they don't look at. They will say Ishwaran paper is good means they'll cite. They will say Nitya paper is good means they'll cite. Automatically your citation will increase if it is a good paper. Methodologically, need to check whether the journal is genuine or not. If you want to check the journals, I understand very recently, in the recent time, we have been seeing in our university, in other places also, more number of people are publishing papers by paying money. And that is also not even worth, they don't even edit the first para. Title is, you'll see a English mistake, this title, after giving money also. This is what I come to know from some close quarters. Large number of students have paid money for a journal published, and they were unable to edit even their first title even. What is this? It's hopeless, no? After taking your money, they are not able to review, edit even. Terrible. Nobody will cite. But you can check whether they are really good. You go to Clarivate Analytics. If the paper is cited, included there in Clarivate Analytics, that is a real genuine journal. There is a Simaco journal ranking. There also you can see, it will tell you where your journal is there, whether a citation is there, what is the rank and all. You just type SJ, it will take you there. Journals published by Springer, Elsevier, Routledge, Blackwell, Taylor and Francis, Erskine, Cambridge, Oxford, Wiley, Sage, Columbia, all these are genuine journals. They will not, no, they may, some journals are taking what is that called the processing fee. Even I am saying that don't pay even that. When you have thousands and thousands of journals in the world, why do you want to pay money for something? In fact, they use our money. Once your paper is published, and even if your friends wants to access it, you'll have to pay $30. You go and see my papers, you'll see. If you want to have one print, PDF print, they'll ask $40. Then why they are selling our knowledge? Why do you want to pay money for them, right? So these are the journals. Identify predatory journals. Almost all paid journals are predatory. No way it will be useful. Even for submitting PhD thesis in our university, we don't accept it. You know the regulations. Okay. And moreover, I'm telling you, I'll humbly request all the PhD students, please don't publish. It will not help give you a job at all. Because now more and more private universities are coming. They take very good people only. Private university people don't compromise on selecting people. You go and see VIT fellows, you go and see SRM fellows, you go to our, what is that called, Shastra and all, you will see very good, they will see your record. And this is the competitive world. I am saying in the future you will have more and more private universities. And therefore this Dabba journal will not work there. You can only say that I have papers in 5 papers in Dabba journals. No way, that will not be useful. I'm telling you, don't waste money, don't waste time on this. Instead, even if you hit one, it will take you somewhere. Do it. So identify predatory journals and almost all paid journals. Citation matrix is a very important example from citation. You can go and see the citation matrix also, whether it is there or not. You can check. If it is not there, don't submit there. But there are very good journals. Citation is poor. But see whether they are published by the top class publisher like Springer, Elsevier. Not all journals are highly cited journals. Generally in social science.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir, this is.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Could you please suggest some HR related journals where we can publish? It is taking a lot of time, sir. Publication takes a lot of time in the Scopus.
No, yeah.
Sir,
Who said the publication takes a lot of time in getting a Scopus journal?
Because, sir, I have already given one paper. It is almost 1.5 years.
Which means that paper is not good. I'm sorry to say this.
Actually, sir, there is some problem in the data. And so it is taking time. Again, I have corrected and have sent.
One Nagaris Begum, I wanted to tell you this. All this top class publisher, they process it in 3 months' time. All top class journals, you can check with any top class researchers in this country. Because they give for reviewer 30 days to 60 days. I am a reviewer of many great journals. They give 30 days time only for me. They give 60 days time. Some journals they say strictly 30 days. Otherwise, change the reviewer. So 1.5 years means a very rare case actually, right? So anyway, that I don't know how to answer this, but we have large number of journals from IIMs. I'll come to that. 1 minute.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
I'm coming to that. Okay, I have some 10 more minutes. Okay, so citation matrix also you can check.
Thank you, sir.
You will come to know whether that the journals are really good or bad. Okay, so this is the problem that many people are saying. No. In management we don't have great journals. Anyone wants to counter this? Many are saying, that is coming to my knowledge, that in management we don't have a great journals. Anyone wants to counter my point?
No, sir. Lot of journals are there, sir.
Okay. See, India alone, this many journals are there. Look at there. Ahmedabad journal, Vikalpa, which is published by Sage. Publishing paper in Sage is a very good rank paper, journal, publisher in India and around the world. Sage publication, probably the number one publication in India. Right? It's published by Vikalpa. Bangalore has IIM B Management Review, published by Elsevier, one of the best journal publishers in the world. Calcutta has a decision, published by Springer, one of the top class publishers in the world. Lucknow has a journal, published by Sage. Kozhikode journal, I have a paper there. It has a published by Sage publication. Indore journal, Indore IIM, there's a published by themselves, must be high rank because they don't publish simply. Shillong has a journal, which is again published by Indian Institute of Management. Rohtak has a journal, that is also published by that. These many journals, at least for my, I am not a management wala like you. I'm an economist. I am a student of economics. When I was looking at this, because we also publish paper in management journals, because you don't see much of variation between social sciences, economics and management, because either, in fact, you don't have great paper journals in management in India till 2000, I can tell you, except Vikalpa. All these journals were not there before 2000, except Vikalpa. So there were problems. So mostly they were publishing papers in economics only, mostly economic and political, economic review, all these things. Okay. So if someone says that we don't have great journals, I will not accept it. If anyone needs great journals, and this is what Nagaris Begum. These all journals are, will take your human, what is it, HR related, right? There is also a separate paper journal which is published by Sage or Springer. What is it called? Journal of Human Resource Development. Journal of Narkis. Are you there? Okay, there is a journal called Journal of Human Resource Development, which focuses on the, human resources development. So many journals are there. Don't say that the journals are not there. Okay, so this is not needed. Index and all, because it's prepared for something else. Once you prepare all these published paper, you will get your index. This is my own page. I have put a old page. Bit improvement I made after this. Okay, and my final word is this. You can ask any question. This is what I normally tell. Yesterday I told one famous quote, which is Albert Einstein. Today I would like to add 2 more quotes, which will be very, very useful to you. See, people say that I am not getting the result that I need. I framed a hypothesis thinking that the result will support me. Don't worry. You read this first quote. If you torture the data for long enough, it will confess to anything that you would like, which means You torture means run, again run, again compute, again compute, again run, again compute. It will confess, it will tell, remove layer, out layer, this layer, cut, change the base, cut, the data into 2-3 pieces, make the variables interaction variable. Do all these things. Patience is needed, right? Take time. It will confess. It will support your hypothesis. It will give you the result that you are expecting, right? That is what who said, Ronald Coase. He got a Nobel Prize in 1991 in economics. You know what is the contribution? You are all familiar with this transaction cost. His biggest contribution is transaction cost. You are all familiar with the transaction cost now? Other than the price that you pay for your commodity. That is a transaction cost. In a simple way, I'm saying. For instance, transaction cost means for a loan, you may take a loan for 10,000, but for getting the 10,000 loan, you may pay for 2,000, 3,000 for going travel, and you may pay 1,000 rupees for for pleasing the officer. All these called transaction cost. The price that you incur for that commodity other than the original price is called transaction cost. Understood? So he made a big contribution. He got a Nobel Prize for that. And I'll tell you, Aristotle, that's very, very important. If you want to become a researcher, if you want to publish good papers and good journals, I'll tell you, learning is not a child's play. We cannot learn without pain. That's it. Okay. So we love to spend time. 3 years, 4 years means I think we'll have to take pain. You ask any serious researchers, they will all have a back pain. You ask any serious researcher today who are really serious, any science, whether it's a natural science or social sciences, if they have a back pain, he or she must be a serious researcher. But there are problems also. Many people have a back pain. But that doesn't mean that they are all serious researcher. Okay, thank you. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you.
Dear
Somebody was
participants,
asking in between.
That's one, sir.
you can
Sir,
interact.
good afternoon. Yeah. Sir, I am a beginner, sir. I just adherence your steps that which you insist today program, sir. But if any doubts came in future, shall we contact you, sir?
Definitely you can contact. That's the reason why even Narayana for a Gmail contact. If you forget, you just type my name properly, Narayana Murthy, single name. You will see my work there in Google.
Okay, sir.
For research, you can contact me anytime between 9 and 5 o'clock.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Srinivas.
good afternoon, sir. Sir, sir, I am research scholar of Central University of Tamil Nadu, sir.
Very good, very good. Tell me what is the question.
Sir, I am very impressed for your speech, sir. I learned so much getting information from you, sir. I have small doubt, sir. But, sir, what is predatory journal and what is the meaning? What is the another doubt is what is the double bind review process, sir? That is the I want to learn from you, sir.
No, voice is not clear here, but you speak.
Sir, what is predatory journal, sir? Sir, how to identify predatory journals, sir?
That is what I told you. You see, all predatory journals means simple thumb rule is this. Although journals are asking money, no, they are all predatory. But you can go and check. See there, if a journal is not figured in Clarivate Analytics, Saimaco journal rank, most 99% will be a predatory journal. If it is not cited by Social Science Citation Index, that is also predatory journal. If it is not cited indexed by SCI journals, that is also predatory journals. If it is not included in WS Web of Science indexed journals, that is also predatory journals. Thumb rule is, whoever is asking money from you, they are all predatory journals. Thumb rule. But you can check, go there, go to analytical, this Clarivate Analytics. There you see, type your journal name, it will not be there, which means it's predatory. Don't publish ever. Will not be useful, and that too in Central University, they will not compromise.
Okay, sir. That is another doubt, sir. What is the double blind process, sir? Double blind review? Double blind review, sir. Double blind review.
Okay. Double blind review means when you submit a paper, there they will ask, submit your paper without authors. One with authors, without authors, which means when you write in the first page, you write your name and all, no? That should not be there. Okay. Now that one, if it is good, if a reviewer thinks that this has some qualifications to send for a review, external review, then you will go for external review. Double blind means they cannot see your name there. They cannot see your name in the article. It will go to two reviewers. Two reviewers will review. That is called double blind. Means they don't know who you are. Right? And they will see what you have written only. Double blind review.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, this is Amresh from Mangaluru, Karnataka, sir.
Very good.
Sir, one doubt I have, sir. UGC, in its latest notification, it has said that peer-reviewed or UGC care journals will be preferred, sir.
That's okay.
Whether all these, because predatory journals are all saying that they are also peer-reviewed.
No, that in the care list, they have included some of the journals, not all the journals. All the predatory journals are not there. There are predatory journals in the care also. Somehow it has come. But in case you find any predatory journal in the care list, you can report to UGC. They will drop it immediately. They will remove from there. You can see on the top, some scrolling will be running there. There they have mentioned the journals. If you see any predatory journal in the list, please report us. We will remove it like that. So they will remove. But care journals are, in my opinion, this is my personal opinion, I can tell you, care journals are hopeless journals.
So no, sir, because predatory journals says that all those are peer review journals.
That is not correct.
Okay.
See, once, if most the predatory journals are not there in print form, first of all, they are in online, right?
Yes, sir.
They never disclose their, the editorial board. If it is a very good journal, no, in all the good journals, you will see editorial board, and you will see the caliber of all the editorial board members also there. If it is not there, and that journal is not a good journal. In fact, even in this UGC journal also, they don't accept all the journals unless they have a very good editorial board, track record, how many years they are publishing, whether they have a reviewer system, whether reviewing system is good or bad, all these things they are looking at. Then only they are accommodating. Even there are many bad channels. Many bad channels. But you see, Amresh, see, we are talking about top class journals. If you publish paper in a great journal, you will get a job in a great place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You need that, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This UGC journal is, in economics, we lay high level equilibrium and low level equilibrium.
Okay, sir.
If you publish paper in UGC care listed journals, there are low level equilibrium journals. But if you publish paper in EPW, you'll get a job in, I hope you are from Delhi or where?
Sir, Mangalore, sir, Karnataka.
Mangalore. You will get a job in ISAKIA, Institute for Social Economic Change in Nagarbavi. You know that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A top class institution that we have in India.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That is what you should aim. See, instead of publishing 4 hopeless journals, publish one good journal, one good paper.
Yes, sir. Because most of the universities are accepting all these predatory journals when they are submitting their PhD thesis.
Amresh, I told you, the example is this. You took a driving license?
Yes, sir.
That is a good example I give normally. Driving license, 99% of the drivers, after taking the driving license, cannot drive vehicle properly.
Yeah, true, sir, true.
Your papers, all these papers you are publishing for your, using for your PhD submission, na,
Mhm.
they are all, what is it called, LLR.
Learner.
What I'm saying,
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
see, we are talking about good journals, good journals that will take you to a good place.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any more queries? Thank you. I will give propose formal vote of thanks, sir. On behalf of the organizing team, I thank Professor Narayan Murthy, sir, for the highly fruitful and interactive session. Sir has explained preparing a paper for top-class journal. It is very useful for all the participants. Thank you, sir. And I also thank the participants for their active participation. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
My dear participants, if you have any questions on my lecture or anything that I can help you on publishing papers, you please contact me anytime. My mail is there, narayana64@gmail.com. I am there to help you, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.